What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineer Survival. This is episode number 5, and we're starting right from where last one left off. The sun is going down, but we do have a couple more, probably another 10 to 20 minutes of daylight left over, so we're going to use that to go and grab some iron and maybe some nickel. And then the rest of this episode is going to be pretty much a base building episode, where we're going to turn this just platform that we have into hopefully like an actual decent base that we can work with. I'd like to define rooms for our refineries, our assemblers, and I'd also like to get this side thing built up a little bit better. We're probably going to want to have an elevator in here at some point. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we're going to have to make sure that we plan for some sort of elevator shaft. So we're going to start with, what is that over there? Is that, oh no, that's just a seam. I thought that might be ice. That would have been really nice if that was ice, but no, I think that's just a seam in the world. Which is like a weird little glitch, but it shouldn't stay there forever. Let's go ahead and grab our frog, which we're going to use to go and grab some iron, and we'll make sure that it's empty here real quick, just so that we don't have to worry too much. And in fact, you know what? One of you gave me a really good suggestion about this, that maybe what I should do is add some sort of connection between this thing, so that we can we can move materials if we need to. So I think we're going to try and do that with some of these small conveyors. Let's put a conveyor right there, one right there, and we'll get a bunch of straight conveyors all the way along this, so that we can actually, you know, if we have too many things in here and find that it's a little bit weighted on one side, we can move things over to the other side. And as long as it's just carrying ores, that should be fine. We're gonna go ahead and right click all those, try and grab everything, put the motors in production since we're always missing motors. And yeah, so we don't have very much daylight left. I think it's gonna be fine doing base building in night, during the nighttime, but something like getting ores, I don't want to do at night, so let's let these motors go. What's wrong here? I actually don't have the iron to do this, it looks like. So what I'll do then is get as many motors as I can set up, which is only a few there. And then I guess we're gonna leave it at that for now. So let's grab the ship here, see how much power we have left. Looks like we have plenty. Well, plenty. I mean, yeah, we have plenty. It's fine. Yeah, it's got plenty. Okay, let's go down here. We got to make sure that we got to remember that we have a lot of power currently assigned to this ship for the wheels, so let's just keep that in mind as we kind of go down here. We'll go back into first person as we go forward, and we're just going down to the iron, which is right down here. It's not very far, but having this ship here with us, or this rover, is going to allow us to take more than we could if we didn't. So yeah, that's going to be nice. Go ahead and park it right about here, where the back thing is kind of facing right into that mining hole, so that we don't have to go very far in order to put this stuff in there. Okay, iron time. We're gonna get as much iron as we possibly can from this thing, because we can never have too much iron. So let's just go and grab a lot of iron. All right, I'm thinking this is enough probably for now. Let's see how much we have. We have 18,000 in one container, and we have 10,000 in another container. So not as much as we've gotten previously, but I think this is good for now, so that we can actually get our base, you know, going and working with this stuff. Our wheels should have enough power to get up this thing now. Yeah, I think we're good. Get a little bit of speed going, and yeah, easy peasy. Okay, bring this up here. We still don't have anywhere to connect this thing, unfortunately, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and engage that parking brake, and we'll grab a little bit of this iron out and throw it in there, so that our refinery has something to work with. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this episode is going to be a base building episode where we work on, well, building the base. There we go. Okay, we're working on iron now. Yeah, we're going to be building the base, and we're going to be kind of building the sides of this so that it doesn't look like a giant platform, basically, which is what it looks like right now. So all these sides are going to go down straight, and we'll work with that. So I also had this idea that what we could do around the outside here, about 2 blocks down from the main thing, is we could have this kind of platform that goes all around the base. I think that'd be kind of neat. We need a lot of steel plates to pull this off, but let's see if we can grab some, if we can build some. Yeah, so this is building steel plates for us. I'll go ahead and grab a couple of those so we can work with this. So yeah, what I was thinking is something like this, where this is obviously going to come down. Maybe right here it won't, because we want a way to get into the mine, but like here, for instance, it'll come down, and here, and here. And you know what? Here, let's make it come down there as well. So we'll have siding for that, and I think that's going to be nice. And then over here, we'll just have a long kind of platform that's going to go this way. And then right here, this is going to come down and be a pillar. Have one go in there like that. All right, that doesn't look that bad. in my opinion. So it would go down, it would go around like this, and then right here we'd have another one of those. And yeah, and then I don't think I would do it on this side, because if I did, I'd have to move these out a little bit more. Because, well, I could move them out a little bit more. That wouldn't be the worst thing. So if it was like this, it would come out one more like that. I'm just worried that that's going to mess up their clearance. It's like that. This would come this way. Does that mess with... No, it doesn't actually mess with this clearance very much. So maybe that's fine, actually, having it like this. Okay, so now, yeah, I like this then. We have a nice little walkway down there. So especially if we're out of jetpack or something, or we're messing around up here and we fall off the edge, boom, we catch ourselves just like that. We can add some railings here as well for some OSHA compliance, which, let's see. Rail, throw those down here. And railings are going to require a construction component to build, so let's grab a couple of those. Let me check our refinery. So the refinery is done with the iron, but in production, let's do 100 construction components. I'm going to throw a little bit more iron in here while we're here. Actually, you know what? I'd like to build these up too. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the motors now. Yeah, we should. Nice. Okay, now that we have that, let's clear our build planner, just because I think we double added everything. Okay, there we go. Go to the refinery here real quick, and then check where our iron is. There's some iron in the Seagull cargo. I don't know why it's going in the Seagull. That's a little bit weird, but let's put the stone first, because the stone goes rather quickly. And then we'll get the iron to go next. So that should be good. And then I want to go in here and grab as many construction components as I can. I'm gonna grab some steel plates also while we're at it, so that we can build those if we need to. I'm gonna grab some of those as well, why not? So construction components, we're gonna build those OSHA compliance railings down here. So right there, I think we'll go on the outside, so that should be fine. Build up those railings. And then right here, should have nice sideways ones. Yeah, perfect. We'll do some sideways railings also. And it's starting to go nighttime, but it's nice that we have base lighting. So that's gonna help us out as we're working on our base here. Okay, build those out right here. All right, we're definitely gonna pass our OSHA report next time we have to do one. Go. Actually, you guys can be my OSHA compliance regulators. You guys can let me know at the end of every video if this episode's building passes OSHA compliance, and if not, why not? That'd be kind of funny. Okay, so we're gonna have to eventually mine out all this stuff. It'd be a lot easier with a mining ship, to be honest, but we don't have one quite yet. But I do like how this is looking so far, having this nice kind of outside thing. And I think probably what we'll do is we'll have these be kind of built up so that it's just armor. And then these right here, we'll have a little entrance way that lets you go in. And in fact, you know what? Here, let's build some blocks down here so we have a kind of a floor. What we can do here is, let me look at my door, or gates. Is it called gates? Whatever this one is. But we do actually have a big gate that we could throw here if we wanted to. And it's got the perfect amount of space. We could toss a giant gate right there. We could also use some of the newer ones, which are a lot smaller, which are these ones. So that'd give us kind of a walkway gate, although that's 4 blocks across, so I don't know if I like that. And then this is the small one, which is 2 blocks across. Again, I don't know if I like that because we have 5 blocks. But you know what? Maybe we'll just toss the gate right there, and that's gonna be how you get out here. Just this giant gate that opens to the outside. I like that. For this, do we want to right-click mine this? We could just right-click mine all this voxel. And then I think what we'll do is our elevator will be right here. It'll be kind of 1, 2, 3. It'll take up that whole area right there. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let me go ahead and get out a little bit of this stuff here where the elevator is going to go. We've done an elevator before, but we've never done an elevator with the new stuff that allows you to set piston distances, so I think that's going to help us out a lot. And we're not going to be clear, we're not doing the elevator in this episode, we're just kind of making space for it so we know where it's going to go. Okay, so elevator is going to go right there. We're going to want to also have a stairwell. Fuel's low. Okay, let's fly over here real quick, make sure we recharge our fuel, and then we'll recharge our bottle. Maybe we can take 2 bottles instead of just 1. I don't know. The unfortunate part is it takes up a lot of inventory space here. We're taking up 240 out of basically 1,200 of our inventory space with that. I think what we might do actually is we might do the stairs here and then do our elevator right there and make it a 3x2 elevator. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so we have our little stairwell right there. The elevator is going to take up these blocks right here, basically. I'll put these in just so we know kind of where it's going to go. So that's going to be the elevator. It's going to go down like that. And I think having a non-square elevator will be fine. We'll just have the piston on one of these blocks here, and then it'll be good. But yeah, I think that'll be fine. So you can take the elevator down to this level. You can take it down to further levels down there. And the stairs are going to go in case the elevator's broken or something like that. All this stuff right here is going to be mined out. So I don't know how long this is going to take to mine out, but probably not that long since the drill does a pretty good job mining everything. It's just going to take a couple passes, but we can do it. Ah! Oh, we fell into our nickel mine. Okay, so I'm going to want to have a room for refining, and I think having a room for refining right here wouldn't be a bad idea. It's not going to give us a crazy amount of space. Let's see, how high? Well, it's only 2 blocks high. We could do assemblers here. That would give us a lot of space for assemblers. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Likewise, I think having ice and power right here would be a good idea too, since we also have this stuff right here that we're going to eventually connect to. So having ice and power right there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do ice and power right here. Let me go and right-click mine out a little bit of this mountain again, so we clear ourselves a nice area for this. All right, that's most of the area cleared. It's not looking that bad. So we're gonna move our O2H2 generator down here at some point. And actually, at some point might be right now. Let's get the floor filled out here so we know what we're going with. And then we'll find out what we want to do. We want to put an ice container down here. We want to put maybe some hydrogen engines down here eventually. We just want to leave space for that sort of thing. And then other than that, I don't know. Okay, so O2H2 and ice. So what I think I'm going to do is, let me find that block that's right underneath our cargo container. And it's not there. One of these. Oh, it must be this one right here. I'm gonna switch this out, and instead of having a curved one, I'm gonna have a I think I'm just gonna have an all-way one, a conveyor junction like that, so that we can really go off of that wherever we want to go. So let's grab that and let's see if we can build that up here. So do we have enough stuff in here? Yes, we do. Perfect. Okay, let's come back down here, and that's gonna be our conveyor junction. Okay, so essentially the way we're gonna do this is every floor we're gonna have this come down. So I'll give you a quick show of what that's gonna look like. We'll do this coming down like this, and it'll continue down like that. So all the ice stuff that we're gonna have, it's gonna be right here. So I think the way we're gonna do this is, I would like to have a sorter going this way. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. So a conveyor, not junction, but a conveyor sorter going that way is going to pull out ice, basically. That's what we're looking for. This is going to pull out ice, and it's going to put it directly into an ice container that we're going to have. For now, I'm just going to do a small cargo container, but we're going to leave room for this to become a large cargo container if we want to. So for now, it's going to go right there, and we're going to leave this whole area of room just in case. And that's going to be our ice. Now that is going to go into a couple of our... Oh, that looks so weird. The light on the trees right there. It looks like lights out there. That's so interesting. But that's going to go into our O2H2 generators. So let me go to O2. We're going to go for this. And we're going to plop a couple of these guys. We probably don't need too many of them. For now, we probably only need like 2. Okay, so we'll do it like that. We'll have all of our O2H2 generators right there. We'll have 5 of them right there positioned. And then we'll do some tanks, I think. Some oxygen and hydrogen tanks. So our O2 tanks, we don't need too many O2 tanks because we're on the planet, but having a couple would be nice. Let's actually do it like this. Let's remove a couple blocks right here, 4, 5, and we're gonna dig down for our hydrogen tanks because I don't want our hydrogen tanks to be blow upable. And that's the problem, is they explode if they get shot. So we're gonna put them slightly underground. Okay, there's our little hydrogen trench that we have. So we're gonna have our, let's go down right here with a little bit of armor. I think I'm gonna bring this normal armor down like this, about that far. And we're gonna have our hydrogen tanks down here. So hydrogen, not the big one, but the small hydrogen tanks we're gonna throw right there. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll do 5 of these. Because really hydrogen is what we're trying to capture, not really oxygen. So we'll go 5 hydrogen tanks right there. Okay. We're gonna have to weld those up first. For now, we'll probably just weld one of them. And then we'll do our oxygen tanks right here. What's our refinery doing, by the way? Okay, it's gotten to cobalt, so it's done all the iron, so that's good. We could go get more iron if we wanted to work on that, but for now, I think I'm fine with it doing cobalt, because we will eventually need a lot of cobalt. So, yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to come down with a curved piece right there, and then we're going to do sort of T-junctions right here. So, right on top of that hydrogen, we're going to have an oxygen tank right there. And I think we're just going to face it like this. And so what I want to do is I want to weld up this hydrogen tank. I don't need to weld up the oxygen tank quite yet. And I want to weld up this conveyor thing. So let's see if we have everything for that. That's going to require a little bit of building, most likely. This is a lot of large steel tubes and stuff. So let's try that. Let's see how far we get. Okay, it's going to be a couple trips for sure. Okay, let's see how far we got. All components successfully withdrawn. So we should be able to get the hydrogen tank there, as well as our little conveyor tube. So what I like about this is now I can go in and build my T-junction. And actually, no, it's not going to be a T-junction. It's going to be a full-on conveyor junction because it's a four-way thing. So we'll build our conveyor junction here. We can build it up. 2 motors. Come on, you can do it. 1 motor. You've got this. All withdrawn. All right, there we go. So now that's our conveyor junction built up. We can get down here. Okay, so conveyor junction, perfect. Now we need to get the O2H2 generator built up, which is fine because we can just move the one from up top. And then we need to get these blocks built up as well. So we'll do a normal one right there. Then we'll do a T-junction right here, there, and then a turn down for what? Right there. Okay, so that's going to give us all of our connections that we need. So this is going to be only an ice container. Let's see if we can build up the conveyor sorter. Okay, so this should be our sorter up and running. Good. Okay, so the sorter is going to be easy. Ah! Why do we not have a block there? I feel like we should. Let's put a block there. So the sorter is going to be easy. We're just going to go into our conveyor sorter, and we're going to call this conveyor sorter ice. And down here, we're going to do whitelist for only ice, which is in the I section, if I can remember how the alphabet works. There it is. Ice, add that. And we're going to do a drain all on. So it's going to try and drain all the ice that it can. Now, I don't know if it's going to start. Yeah, because the ice is already inside the O2H generator up there, so it can't really do it. But let's go ahead and right-click U, basically all this stuff. And see how much of it we can build. There we go. That should be a full build planner. I'll put everything in production there that we couldn't get. And let's see how far we can get with this thing. So there's one except for the steel plates. Same with that. All components withdrawn. All right. So there's that. There's that. There's this. If I can get over this. And just one more right here. Perfect. Okay, so all that's left in this area is to build up that O2H2 generator and we'll be good. So let's hop up here real quick. Turn off the O2H2 generator. And then start moving those ice things over to just a cargo. Yeah, we'll move those to like a main cargo container or something. They're going to get pulled, but hopefully not by this. Yes, okay. But we'll remove the O2H2 generator right here. And we'll just head on down over to this little section and put the O2H2 generator in its place. And I don't mean scolding at it, I mean building it right here. And then we have this line of O2H2 generators that we could build. Same with the hydrogen engines, hydrogen tanks rather. We've got this big line of this stuff that we could always build if we want more. So if we're running a little bit low on O2H2 generation, we can just go ahead and plop another one right there. If we need more storage, we can plop some more of them right here. So let's go in here real quick. Look at our O2H2 generator. So it is processing. Let's look at our hydrogen engine, hydrogen tank, and it is filling up as well. So that's very good. Okay, so this room is looking pretty good. I'm not going to put some hydrogen engines in here quite yet, but when I do, they'll probably go very nicely just on the side right here. So here, engine. If I toss one right here, that'll probably go really nicely right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Although that doesn't really allow us to walk in the room, so maybe that. Or maybe just like 2, I don't know. We could just as easily go just like 1, 2 right there and have those be our engines. I don't know, really depends how we want to do it. I'll plop those there for now, but we'll see what we end up doing with them later. I'm probably gonna want to make a little door right here somewhere to the outside. You could do a narrow half door, and then go ahead with some half blocks on the inside right here. One there. Oh, I don't have steel plates, but you see where we're going with that. Another one here and another one there. So we have our little door to the inside, and then right here we just have some windows with using some girders. Let me see if I have girders in here anywhere. There we go. I think that's a perfectly fine room. That'll look pretty good. We need a lot of steel plates to build this up. This, of course, can go back to its original look before I built it differently. There we go. Okay, what else can I transfer to this level of the base? I could make a temporary hangar right here. This wouldn't be a bad idea. Although I do want to build, maybe I shouldn't, because this is fine for now, and I do want to build a hangar that's going to be a little bit lower at some point. So maybe I don't build a temporary hangar right here. I could do the assemblers here though. I'm gonna go ahead and build a cargo container right here because you know how I like building cargo containers at random places on my base, so I can very easily get basically anything I need when I need it. So we're gonna throw a cargo container down here for this level of the base. So if I happen to be here, I can just, you know, go and grab stuff, which is gonna be helpful. So I can build stuff like this block right here. Never mind. Right click. Now I can build that block. Okay, we can get a couple blocks built up like that. Here, let's get these as well so we can have this nice wall done. There we go. Nice little section of wall over there. Yeah, this is gonna take a lot of steel plates, so we're gonna hold off on doing this door for now, for probably a little while, until we actually have a decent thing going. So if we want refineries, how big are refineries? So I probably want to do these nice industrial refineries because I really like how they work. The problem is, I believe they're 4 blocks high, right? I think they are. Let's go up here. Can we place one? Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks high, and they have a need of 1, 2, 3 because you place modules there as well by 2. Okay. So if I wanted to do refineries, I'd have to go down on this level a little bit. I could put the refineries here and then have this go deeper. That wouldn't be such a bad thing. Where's the, how does this work? Yeah, actually, that would be perfect. If I did put the refineries here, but then had them go a level down as well. Oh, that'd be perfect. Okay, let's try that. Let me clear out some space with this. Probably next episode, I think we're gonna end up building a mining ship because that would make some of this a little bit easier. And as we get lower into the mountain, you know, where there's more rock to get rid of as well, so. Okay, that's probably pretty good. So this is gonna come down 2 blocks. Okay, maybe it's not good. We need one more. And honestly, you know what? Maybe we should build like a small little craft that would let us mine things out a little quicker if we're doing all this. So you know what? Let's go up here. Let's build a small craft. And I don't want to mess with tiny connectors right now, so let's start with a big connector. We'll start with a landing gear. Pop that. Then we'll start with a big connector piece, which is, yeah, it's gonna be pretty big, but we're gonna use this one right here. Yep. Maybe? There we go. Come on, you can do it. Ah, we can't place it there yet. All right, there it is. There's our little connector thing. So we're gonna have that. Then we're gonna have probably a helm somewhere. We have a helm and we have a bridge helm. No, we're gonna just use the helm. Can I place the helm? Yeah, okay, I can place the helm like that. Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. This is gonna be a ridiculous looking ship, by the way, but we're doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. We'll put a drill on the front right there. We'll put our helm right on the front over here. This is gonna be very reminiscent of the Macchiato and the Macchiato Grande. Just it's the Macchiato version though. But the reason we have to use a lot more thrust on the bottom is because we're not on a moon. We're not on Europa, so we have a lot more gravity here. Like 4 times the gravity. So we'll have to see if this works. I think it should. All right, this is gonna be a very simple ship. It's just got some thrusters in the back. It's got some thrusters in the front, a drill. It's got a helm. It's got a connector right there, a battery, and some spotlights. That's pretty much it. Very, very simple ship. It's very, like I was saying earlier, it's very reminiscent of the Macchiato from the last series, but it's a little bit heftier because it needs that extra bit of thrust because we're not on a moon. So I need to let things build up here, but once we have this stuff built up, it should be very easy for us to actually mine out the mountain underneath us. And the nice thing is it connects normally to the large grid. We don't have to do anything crazy with the small connectors. We can just use this one right here. So I do like that. We need a lot of large steel tubes. Why are large steel tubes not producing? What's going on here? Excuse me, large steel tubes. What? Get up there. Make yourselves, please. All right, there's our gyroscope. Hopefully that thing doesn't get sheared off if we back into something. And here's the rest of these things. Let's go ahead and try and build these up as much as we can. We're gonna want some lights on this as well, I think. Let's do making like some of these. Pair of those on the battery to give us some light all around, and then maybe, I don't know, a couple of them back here. Okay, it's producing those power cells. How are we doing, by the way, on refined materials? We've only got silicon left to refine. We're running a little bit low on iron, which sucks, but we should be able to mine quite a bit of iron even with this guy. Because it does have a little bit of a container. It's got that connector. It doesn't have a cargo container, but I think that's probably fine. All right, that should be our battery built up. There we go. We now have power on this thing. And we have a large atmospheric thruster for the bottom, which hopefully will give us all the thrust we need right there. Let's try and get the offset light done. Nice. Another offset light. Another offset light. Oh, we're out of construction components. Well, let's go ahead and go right click a couple of these things. 3, 4, 5, maybe like 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's the helm. So now we have, I mean, we can fly basically. We're just missing, you know, front thrusters and stuff and our connector, which will allow us to recharge, but we have most of the stuff here. Let's hop in the helm real quick and configure our lights. Let me know what you guys think this should be called, by the way, in the comments below. If we're going with an animal theme, we've got the seagull, rather. Let's call it the pelican. We got the seagull, we got the frog, and we could name this something like the mole, or I don't know. Let me know what you guys think this should be called. Groundhog? I don't know. All right, that should be everything that we need for this vehicle right here. So let's go ahead and build these up. There's an atmospheric thruster on the side, another one, and another one, and another one. And we should have just one more on this side, along with this one right here. And that's everything on this ship that we need. So let's remove this. The ship flies, that's a good sign. We'll go ahead and put a one of these here. And then we just need one more thruster. Just one more thruster. Put that right there. Made the ship go down a little bit, but hopefully it's only because of a temporary thing. Cannot withdraw 1 metal grid and 5 motors. Okay, let's put those in the primary things. Perfect. Okay, and so our first mission with this guy, I'm thinking what we're gonna want to do is, how much storage do you have just from that container right there? Let me look. Okay, so the drill has 10,000 and the inset connector has 3,000. So I'm wondering if I can, you know, fly you. This is, I love this thing. Ships like this are really nice because they can get in small gaps and stuff. And it's got a lot of spotlight as well. So let's go down here to where our iron is. I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah, right there. And we're gonna make this hole a little bit bigger with the drill because we can. Oops, I have to put the drill on here. So tool block, put the drill right there. And then let's get this going. So right click mine to make this a bit bigger. And then we're gonna see if we can collect some iron while we're down here, because we definitely need it. Okay, now that we're down inside the tunnel, we should be able to use our left click mining to start gathering as much of this stuff as we can. So we're gonna wait until we're full up on the ship, and unfortunately there's no UI to tell me when the ship is full, to my knowledge at least. I think it's really only when the weight on the right side stops going up. We can always periodically check as well. We can see we're at 2,000 out of 10,000 right there. And in fact, we have a lot of stone. So we probably want to make sure that we're gathering only iron. I don't really mind taking back stone because it does give us some stuff, but I'd rather get iron. So we'll keep getting a little bit more here, and we should be full pretty soon. Oh, yep, we can see that we're actually starting to slide to the right there because we don't have the thrusters required to keep us in the air on those sides. So we're almost full. I don't know. We do still have enough to fly, right? I think we do. Yeah, okay, we have enough to fly, but barely. So I'm not gonna test it. I'm not gonna get any more. We're almost full, not quite, but just about 2,000 liters off. So let's fly ourselves back up to base. Now, while a ship like this works really, really well on Europa because the gravity's so low, on this planet you do need a lot of thrust. So, oh, careful, I almost went too fast. So we did need to add, you see those thrusters on the bottom right there. Yeah, big thruster on the bottom keeping us afloat, as well as quite a few thrusters on the front, back, left, and right. No thrusters on the top though. Okay, let's get, oh man, we really have to work hard to get ourselves up here. Okay, let's get ourselves in a position here. And this is what's very nice. Using that one thruster right there, I don't have to do anything special for the ship. Okay, let's park. And let's put that block back as well. I need a steel plate. Let's go find a steel plate that we can borrow. Okay, we can't place it right now, but it's fine. All right, so we can pull this stuff over to the refinery. Let's do stone first, then iron. And that was a pretty quick trip, and we were able to get quite a bit of iron with just that. So let's actually take off on this thing again here. We'd have to jump to get into it. Let's turn off recharge, disconnect here, and let's go down to where we were working earlier and start mining out a little bit of that mountain. So we could actually, since we have this big gate right here, we could actually use this if we want to. I think we will, as long as we make sure that we don't bump into anything. But yeah, we can use our right-click mine to mine a lot of this mountain out of the way, and it should work pretty well. I like going in third person when I'm right-click mining like this because it's a little easier to see what I'm doing. So let's do that. Let's go around here, make sure we're right-click mining this stuff. We don't want to right-click mine when we get to the nickel, which is like right under us, but at least around this area we can right-click mine a lot of this stuff out of the way. I guess while I'm here, I'll go ahead and grab some nickel. We can just grab it really easily and then move the ship back up. All right, let's go ahead and connect. Turn off our batteries right there. And there we go. Okay, so let's make sure all that stuff gets pulled into the refinery properly, since it doesn't seem to be pulling it by itself. So let's hide empty on this side and look for our nickel. So we'll pull the nickel. The nickel will be second after the iron. More nickel right there, and then a little bit of stone that we can do. Perfect. Now we have a little bit of that stuff that we can get going. All right. We'll build our elevator probably in the next couple episodes. I think next episode, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we'll do some sort of like proper mining ship that can actually, you know, hold more ores. Or maybe we'll do a fighter ship and maybe go take out some of these frontier outposts or something like that. But what we can do right here is get a couple of these steel plates going as like the bottom of this area. Build them about that big, because that's how big we want our refineries to be as well. Are we unable to place there? Oh, because there's something there. And then we'll get a couple refineries in here. So refinery, and we're gonna get our first one, I think, on like right here. So the nice thing about putting them here is that from, oh man, no, I miscalculated. I was thinking that that would be perfectly aligned here. Wait, no, we can go up one more. Ah, but the problem is if we go up one more, we're not gonna have this top section, and these could connect to this, and I don't really want them to. So maybe we will keep it like that. And what I'll do instead right here is have this come down one. Okay, so I'm thinking something like there, and then you're on this level basically in this room. How do I want to do this? I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to have an ores container down here that's going to pull all ores and then process them in here. And then these will be like general refineries. And if we need more, we'll do individual refineries underneath this at like a level lower. So but I'm thinking what I want to do then is have this. I don't have enough steel plates, that's the problem. Grab those. Yeah, so this right here be just an ores container. And what I really want to do is make this a large one. So we'll have this big container right here, which is going to pull all of our unrefined ores into here so that they can be refined. And this will pull them somewhere else or something. All right, how are we looking? Are we able to get some of these? Yes, perfect. Okay. So I'm just bringing this down. So this is going to be the main kind of backbone of the base, where it's going to be this big thing going down every floor. And so here it's coming out, and we have our sorter right here, which is going to pull things into our large industrial cargo container. And that's just going to store ingots, or ores rather. So ores, and then they're going to get processed into ingots in these 3 refineries. We just need to wait for some of this stuff to produce. How is our refinery doing, by the way? It's still doing nickel. Okay, so we do have a bunch of iron. What's our production going to take? About half that iron. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be another waiting game. But I mean, it's looking good at least. This is what I like. The base has basically, in this episode alone, has expanded downward an entire floor. It has this kind of thing going around it, which is looking really nice. I don't think that affects these. These are still optimal. Yep, these are still 408. We're getting 387 right there. And we're getting probably 408 right there. Yep, so those are still looking good. But yeah, we've kind of got a separation of some of our systems, and we'll be able to move this refinery down to the bottom floor in just a moment once we get all these other things built up. Oh, look, the sun is starting to come up. Here we go. We've worked all through the night. And like I said, it wasn't really that big of a deal that we were working at night because we have lights all on our base. And we've got a decent amount of light down here as well. Actually, we don't have any lights down here, but our flashlight has been doing us pretty well, along with the lights that are on that thing up there. So, all right, how we doing? Can we get another one done? Yes, we can. Very nice. All it takes is a little bit of waiting and you can get this stuff done. How about this one? No, not quite yet. Okay, we're still working. We're still doing our thing, our production timer. All this stuff together, just so we can see kind of what we're working with. All right, there's our sorter, so we can go ahead and do we can call this sorter ores. And we'll call this sorter ice instead of conveyor sorter ice. So for ores, I think what we want to do is we want to whitelist the ores individually. I don't remember if this is the case, but I think ores includes ice. If you just do the ore filter here, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it tells us either. So let's go and do, we'll add all these ores individually real quick, so. Okay, so there's all of our ores. We're gonna whitelist and then drain all, so that should pull them all into here. Very good. Let's see if we have enough stuff to build up that as well while we're here. It should be in production, but let's see. No, we're still missing some stuff. And for that. All right, we just need a couple more interior plates for this, and then we should be good. I think we got the sun coming up. That's very nice. So we're gonna end the episode probably once I move the refinery over, which we're gonna do after this is built up. But I think probably next episode, what I might do is I might slap a camera on this thing, on the seagull here, and then try and attack maybe a frontier outpost or maybe the lookout tower. I know the lookout towers aren't that bad. We did have a couple lookout towers in the last series, and I think they only had a couple of turrets on them. So if we could actually go and take out one of those, that would give us a lot of materials we can use to build the base. It'd be a good thing to do next episode. I would love to build a fighter at some point, but for now, using that, which does have a couple Gatling guns, wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's grab the interior plates we have in here, see if those are enough for this. Not quite, we just need another 10. But I think we can move the refinery over as we're waiting for those to build. So let's go to a refinery. This one right here. Let's turn it off. Right here, turn off. Let's move all the stuff over to a cargo container. It shouldn't pull it automatically. Actually, it might get pulled by our sorter. If it doesn't, we'll have to find out why not. But let's put all this stuff over here. Okay, and let's move all the stuff from this refinery over to this refinery. And actually, as I'm moving stuff over, I've thought of a problem, and that is that we don't actually have a way to move things back up into the system. So that's not great, but we can do a temporary solution, I'm sure. All right, and as the sun comes up, there's the last bit of the refinery right there. Let's move it over into this one as well. And then let's see where that connector piece is, because there's usually a little conveyor joint on the end right here. Oh, it's on that side. Dang, okay. I was hoping it'd be on the other side. That'd make life a little easier. There we go. And there is our refinery. So that thing should... Oh, wait, this isn't built yet. Let's grab the stuff remaining from that. Build that up. Okay, and that should be everything we need for this refinery to get going. Are you on drain all, by the way? Because I noticed it wasn't pulling stuff. Maybe I forgot. No, it is on drain all. What's in your inventory? No, okay, you have been pulling stuff. Okay, perfect. So you're working as intended. Okay, so then you should now have a bunch of stuff in. Yeah, perfect. We're getting that stuff in there. And then the refinery is immediately getting to work on the nickel, but I'd rather have you start on this stuff first in this order. Perfect. All right, we're back to where we were. We've got the refinery up and running, but now it's in a much better position. Instead of being on the top of the base right here, it's in a decent position over here. And like I said, I wish this was kind of like under each other so I can just add a sorter and it would work, but alas, it's not that easy You know what? We're gonna let that be a problem for next episode. Okay, but with the sun coming up, I think this is a pretty good end for this episode. We've done so much in this one. We've not only have we built out this complete bottom section right here with an elevator shaft, some stairs, a nice little outside area, this ice area over here. Not only have we done all that, we've built out this refinery area also, but we also built an entire little ship that's able to allow us to mine different areas and help us out with that. So I think this was a pretty productive episode. As I was doing my outro there, Google... My phone personal assistant thing turned on and it captured that entire outro and was telling me how impressive my build was. That was so weird. Okay, anyway, it wrote like a whole paragraph on what I was saying. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, this is what we did. We did all this stuff. It looks cool. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. Put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section. Next episode is going to be interesting as we hopefully go for one of these bases here to see if we can get some freebie materials. But with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.